day. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Indianapolis Colts. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rivers. They'll run the screen with Mack. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Marlon Mack. That's good for a Colts.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now the first carry from Marlon Mack. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or two.
49-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
At the 45-yard line.
1st down, Rivers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
Rivers pass.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Back at the
loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Jonathan Taylor, the ball carrier.
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yardage he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve on, taking care of the football. Put it on the ground way too often at Wisconsin. If he learns to hang on to it, he could be one of the surprises in the NFL.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up
behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
32-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Campbell making the catch. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Rivers. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
2nd and 2.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Rivers pass.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The numbers for Mixon last week, 12 carries, 64 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
The ball
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Made by Malik Hooker. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 left.
And he's going to go down again. That sack by the DN, Danico Autry.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Colts.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
End of the first quarter with no score.
2nd quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. On 2nd and 9. Rivers. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal.
Complete.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Working out of the gun, Rivers going for it all. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Rivers pass intercepted by the Bengals.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Rivers going to bring the Colts up 1st and 10 at the 45. He'll start with a give to Taylor. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Number 25.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. He completes this one to Mack. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Ball carrier.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
He's tackled.
The Colts on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bengals.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They begin with a run by Nixon. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
The ball carrier.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Pick up of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Darius.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Darius Leonard, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Joe Burrow sacked. A loss of 5 yards.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Intercepted by the Bengals.
Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Cincinnati.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow on the slant, complete to Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, here's Burrow. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He's got Green, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Open man is Ross, complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Indy set to go on offense once more. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
That's good for a Colts. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
And that is the wise play, because if you think...
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 30. 10, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right,
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
The score
quarter, so we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, and it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Taken about 7 yards deep and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchdown. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now Burrow to throw on second down. This one hauled in by Sample.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team... You got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Finding Green complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
And a Bengal first down.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Justin Houston in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. On second down, Burrow under pressure again, and down he goes again. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Darius Leonard has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Colts take over 1st and 10. at their own.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. And he's got Rome. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a one-score game.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might have wiggled out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now Burrow on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
He's brought down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Darius Leonard in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And the pressure gets to him again. Darius Leonard racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
6 yards.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win. And he's going to go down again. Darius Leonard, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start by handing this off to Mack. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Back now in Indianapolis.
With the score.
It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers dumps this one off to Mack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Rivers. They'll run the screen with Mack. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Taken down at the...
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Jonathan Taylor.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
He's got his tight end, Burton. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
First down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run here with Taylor. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd and goal from the 1. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he's able to put it through. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 28-yard line.
Jet sweep, Boyd with it. Oh, now he bowls him over. Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. He's at the 40. But he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts' 19-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 53 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Mixon with a first down carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Down by Tavon Wilson.
2nd and 11 now.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Here's Burrow. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Joe Burrow's sacked. A loss of 7 yards. And it's
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages.
a 37-yard attempt.
And Bullock will put this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
Bengals 17.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And that'll be incomplete. Rivers took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. 2nd and 20. Rivers to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
A gain of 12 brings up 3rd down and 8.
He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They had no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
Throwing Rivers. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
That's out to the left and complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal in the final minute. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Take over 1st and 10. at their own 20.
So Burrow and the Bengals down 21-17. A little under 40 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. They'll look to throw. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Out of bounds at the 30.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
2nd and 2.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Here we go with Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom